no get money, no fine. If you can't quarrel, waiting I go use console myself. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, today is all about I and Evil the Great. I'm not gonna be doing this alone. This guy is a very great actor and a voiceover artist. He has featured in Blink's Legosian that is currently showing on Netflix, and also Good Statue that was premiered in cinema in early 2019, and also Your Excellency and Dear Afi that was premiered in cinema. Like, this guy is just making waves. He's a great voiceover artist. Believe me, the very first time that I met him, I was like, oh my god, like, he has a very good voice, and I feel like it does magic. Like, it's really, really good at work.
Hi.
How you doing?
Hello there. Hello.
Guys, as I was saying, I said that this young man you see here has featured in lots of amazing movies. Blink's Legosian, like, you've been just here and there. Like, I'm just gonna shoot my questions. So number one is, what is the act behind monologue and dialogue? Like, the difference and also the importance.
Okay. First and foremost, most movies that you see, or most whether it's short film, whether it's a documentary, whatever it is, right, was built on the foundation of monologues and dialogues, right? Because these are fundamental tools in making sure that a movie is essentially viewed and detailed, right? So I'm going to start by saying monologue is simply a solo act of a person, right? Either exhibiting a character or a trait, So while dialogue is between two people, right? Just like the word itself, mono is just one person, and right. So the importance of both of them varies, right? So for a conversation to happen in a setting, right, two people must have a conversation. Two people must engage themselves, where you see emotions, you see whatever a writer or a director is trying to portray in a particular set of movie or kind of movie, right? So dialogue is necessary for that. Then for a monologue is basically used for auditions, used for self-appraisal, used for self-growth, to test your ability to do other people's character, right? So it's very important as an actor that you know these essentials.
So what do you first do when you get to a location? Because so many artists misplace priorities, man.
Yeah, tell me about it. That is a total turn off.
I've seen a whole lot, and I'm like, no, I'm really going to ask this question because I don't understand what's going on,
Well, there's rules and regulations, ethics and courtesy when it comes to most professions, right? So in the hospital, you hear doctors say, please take care of your shoes, or that's as a medical professional, right? You have to wear flip-flops or slides, so for the patient to reduce noise, so to speak, right? Or they mind where you work, so to speak. If you go to an engineering setting, right, or where the construction site, they'll tell you always wear your helmet. Right, so there are rules and regulations governing these things. So when it comes to acting, when it comes to the industry, when you're working on set, there are rules and regulations that you need to abide to. First rule of the game: put your phone on silent. Do you understand? Put your phone on, because it's an etiquette. You need to know this, because when we are not working and your phone rings out, you have to give the directors and every person on set the pressure to start all over again. And trust me, acting is not beans. It's not beans. Do you understand? Because it takes a whole lot of work, a whole lot of concentration, decision making, improvisation. How do we improvise certain things, and daylight is also involved, right? So you need to turn off your phone and be at your best behavior. Don't start talking like every person in the industry. You want to greet every person. You know the entire street. You know the entire location. You know who is who. If you do, keep it to yourself. If you do, you keep it to yourself. Because at the end of the day, when we are done, we end up going to our hotel rooms, depending on when we finish, or we end up going to our various houses, right? Then you can now start the conversation you did not finish. Or you take this number and you carry that conversation on WhatsApp or wherever you feel like dropping that. Do you understand? So there are etiquettes to these things, right? And make sure respect is in your lifestyle, because if you lose it, you lose it.
Yes,
So it's just one of those things actors need to abide to. And thankful for the people I work with, they are very professional, so we know how to go about these things.
Okay, because these things actually helps, because at the end of the day, you make the director or the producer want to call you back for another job.
Yes, exactly.
How do you become better in your acting as an actor?
For me, I would say consistency, you're persistent at your craft, and daily growth. Daily growth by saying that you're working on your craft, right? So first of all, first and foremost, I would say that I do preach it to my team that know the craft. When you know the craft, you groom it, you nurture it, right? So you growing the craft is not once in a month or once in a year. It's an everyday process, right? So you grow every time you are working on yourself, working on the craft, trying to understand what it is to be an actor, right? So how do you do this? You are watching movies, you criticize movies, you try and see if you can act some certain roles or certain characters, right? So you learn how to work on your speech, your voice, identify certain flaws that you've had and work on them, right? So, and you most importantly, try to work on your exposure. Not every person that you see out there that are actors are really exposed in the way where they can showcase their strength and abilities. So like that few artists I know that are very shy. They're real life, they're really shy. They do not know how to handle crowd.
Right.
Exactly. I have been with them and I've worked with them, so I can tell. Right. And there are others that you see them, they are fantastic. Their characters ignite another personality in you. Right. So you need to identify which of them do you have. Right. Some people have skills, some people have prayer points, some people have ideas, some people have, so whatever you think you have, work on it, nurture it. So it's ideal that you work on your craft. Craft is the main thing. Once you have it, you have it. Nobody can take that away from you.
It's
Do you
actually
understand?
a cumbersome job or career, Evil.
Wow, it's a whole big ball entirely. It is beyond life. Acting is beyond what you see, what you think, or what you perceive. It's beyond. It's like a lifestyle. It's a religion. It's a culture. It's beyond what we can literally say, right? Because it goes beyond telling just stories, right? Most people impersonate actors. Most people feel like I want to be like this person. You watch a particular kind of movie and you will be so emotional. You want to cry and you hate a particular character. When I was younger, I do watch Mama J, and how she acts wicked roles. I just grew this. I just grew this hatred. Like anytime this woman is on set, I see her on movies. She must do something evil. Do you understand? And there's this soundtrack they do play when she wants to do something evil. So when I hear that sound, I know that something's about to. So yeah, that has gone beyond just. It's not like a personified thing. So not until I realized that no, these things are just acting. Do you understand? But it's beyond that. Exactly. So like in Curious Silvanos, which I'm sure she's doing something different from acting. She cries the most. When you need someone to cry without onions in their eyes, call in Curious Silvanos.
Advice would you give to a young actress who is in between a very difficult situation, like trying to make the best decision for herself, like getting married first or focusing on her career first? Which is best? Which would you advise this young lady to go for? Because a lot
Wow.
of people, like when you get married first, it's like it's going to take your career down. There's a whole lot of things it's going to be down for you. So
Okay.
what do you feel, or what advice can you give to people like this?
Wow. Please, there don't put me on the spot. I discussed this about don't put me on the spot. But well, that is really I won't say it's difficult, but it's not impossible, right? So um, it depends on what you want. It depends on what you truly want, because at the end of the day, the heart will always want what the heart wants. Do you understand? So and the society has not made it easier, right? Where they put career and life, marriages, homes and all that. They put it in front of you, and they make decision quite difficult for you. But at the end of the day, right? It is what you want. So you need to understand yourself, right? Because there was a time I was having a conversation with someone, and I said something very, very critical, and the person took it and said, "You're giving me something to hold on to." And I said, at the end of the day, let your happiness count. So whatever you find yourself doing, whatever it is, whatever you find, if your happiness is not involved, you're not living. You're just surviving. So, and there are many of us out there who's just trying to survive, who's just trying to float, who's just trying to, stay afloat. But the truth is, you are just surviving. You're not literally living, right? And if you find anybody who has truly lived their existence, you find out that they have chosen what they really want, and that to them is the best choice I've ever made. So if you ask me that question, I would say let the lady or whoever the person is, right, decide, what do I want? Is my happiness in this? So if you weigh it and look at the balance, and you check this is higher than the other one, you go for it, right? So if it's a career you want to build it. At the end of the day, it's your story. You have to tell it. Because when you start having kids, you start having younger ones, you tell them how you made it yourself. If your happiness is being tested, if your happiness is being shaken, you weigh your options, right? So, but regardless, marriages should not be a reason why your career hits the wall.
Okay.
There are married couples out there who are doing great. John Legend is an artist. He's married, yet he releases great, amazing songs and gets Grammy Awards, and he has the support of his wife and his family, right? We have the likes of Will Smith. The wife, the children, the husband are great actors, and they're doing excellently well, right? We have a lot of them right here in Nigeria as well. So you cannot tell me that marriage should be a reason why a person's career should not ever blossom or not. But it all depends on what you really want. Like I said, in all you do, weigh your happiness. Is it involved? Do you really want this? And if you do, you go for it.
This one coming from April Atimi. How will you handle fame as an actor?
Oh, April Atimi. Wow. How do you handle fame as an actor?
Yeah.
The truth is, first of all, you have to, as you're working on building characters for scenes and whatever job or task you get, you need to build your character as well, right? So character is very, very essential, very key, because it's what sustains you, right? Character is very paramount. In other words, how you were in your character life before you got that fame, you need to keep that energy going. At some point, you have deals that are way bigger than yourself, way bigger than what you've ever imagined, but that character has to be there. And what that means is your humility has to be there. You have to be down to earth as you've always been, right? There are people that want to step on your toes, but no, regardless of that, you need to make sure your character is in check.
So that is it for you, yeah? Thank you so much. So is there money in the industry for you when you're not yet a star?
Well, when you're not a star, yeah, you can be making money, but not so, what's the word? Not so much. Do you understand? You can be making money on the low, but not so much. In other words, what you'll be making will not be substantial to what you should be making when you become a star, right? But the ideal thing is, while you're working towards becoming a star, right, you need to build portfolios. You need to do things or get involved with productions, jobs that will help you build your portfolio. So when you get to the point where you need to be getting bigger jobs, they'll look at what have you done. What have you done? Because that's the question every person is going to ask. If you're looking for a job today, they'll ask you for your experiences. They'll ask you for things you have done in the past. They want to know if you can handle certain tasks they will give you in the future. So you need to make sure that you get yourself acquainted with these skills, with the ability to work with professionals on set, know what it is to be in production.
Okay, IJ Emma has a question. She said,
okay,
as an actor, will a bad character on a play practically influence your daily way of life?
Well, to a percent, yes. How? Right. So, before we get on set, there are scripts handed to actors, right? So it's your job to digest the script, understand the script. So if you want to be better at it, like I said, learn the craft. So you have to learn the ability to switch from your character to the character that you're asked to play, right? So what does that mean? Know how the character talks, know how the character thinks, know what the character wears, how the character perceives things, understand things from different angle of life. So in that way, you will now become that character, and if the so-called production happens to be series or feature length, right, you'll end up synchronizing yourself with that character, and to that point where even when you're talking to your normal friends, you start talking like that person. So in a way, it has an influence over you if you have synchronized yourself with that character. So yes, I would say yes to that question. That tells you how lovely, how amazing that person, that actor can be. And I have them in my world. We have the likes of Shola Shabowale, Mama G, we have Rita Dominic, we have Ramsey Noah, we have J. Mike, we have Kule Remy, we have Kula Flayo. It's they're amazing characters, trust me. They interpret script and kill it to the ending.
You has answered your question. Beautiful
I
idea.
hope I did.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Apart from being professional, I think this should be the last question. Apart from being professional, do you feel some type of way when you kiss an actor in a movie? Wait, before I proceed, why I ask this question is because
Okay.
they're humans, you understand? So, for instance, you, especially maybe this particular actor has been crushing on him or her for a very long time, and then you get the opportunity to be on set with this person, and you guys had some kind of emotionally attached character or scene or
Okay.
and what if you start feeling horny, something like that? Some people are like that.
Mhm.
What are you
Okay.
at that point, at that kind of situation? So please explain.
Okay. All right. I would not say that such scenario does not happen or does not take place, right? But if you are a professional at what you do in your job, right, you need to learn to control certain things, right? And someone that does that a whole lot for me is Nsepe. She's a fantastic actor when it comes to that. I've been opportunity to work with her, and I am amazed. As in, I'm amazed beyond that this person is good. If there's another word for good, I would say this person is great. So I think I learned that from her, and I would say this, right? The ability to control yourself is one, and become professional at it. So for me, right, I came up with this principle, and it has worked for me so far, so good, right? So if I'm on set and my script has been digested, we're doing a test run, trying to do a mock shoot and all that, right? I lose myself. I lose this thing called. I lose the identity of a view. I feel if actors do that, they open themselves to insult. They open themselves to embarrassment that could come in any type of a way.
Sure that we all learned so much from you, and
Thank you.
so much for the knowledge. Thank you so much for the wisdom, every single thing. We're
Thank you so much.
Again, please. That you do that people don't know about you. What's that weird thing? That nasty thing? That's like this TV star. So they do this kind of thing.
Okay. Stars, don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. This is a live video. This is a live video. My fans are here. My fans are here. Don't do this to me. What I go? I think. See, I'm not liking this thing. Oh, okay, but I'll answer your question. Okay, basically, what I do in secret is I dance in the mirror almost all the time.
Like a witch.
I dance, and sometimes I mimic myself in certain movies I find myself in. I mimic myself, and I do that just to make fun of myself, or criticize my act sometimes, because, like they say, you're your best critic. And other things, I sometimes imagine that I am in a very huge event, and I'm trying to host an event like AMVCAs, you know what I'm saying, like Grammy Awards, you know what I'm saying. So I sometimes imagine myself, and I don't do this in public places. So yes, David, are you satisfied? David,
yes.
Woo, are you satisfied? Yes. To you. No, I'm not.
I need to see your fingers well. I need your 10 fingers up, please.
Like this.
Your 10 fingers up. I need to see it
like
well.
this, like
Don't
this,
fucking
like
do
this.
it. And I'm a smart girl. I know what I'm doing.
Okay.
Okay. So anything that you have done, you bring your hands down.
David, this set up. David, this set up. Hey, Nigeria Stars. Hey, I can hear you.
I will be seeing your fingers.
This is my fingers now. Leia, look at it here.
Put a finger down if you have ever been heartbroken. He's thinking it's first.
Mba.
Oh, God, they claim hard guy.
I'm a prisoner of love. I'm a war.
I am in Naboshki. Oh, God. Okay. Let's put that down. If you have ever been slapped by a director before on set. Okay. Put a finger down if you have ever had a sugar mommy. Oh, Chimo. Put a finger down if you have ever smoked a weed before. Okay? Put a finger down if you have ever cried for a girl before. Ew! Woo! And he cannot cry for Stella. It's okay. Put a finger down if you have ever been sent notes before. That is, you will just stay like this. They will just be sending you notes as president, as Dangote. They will be, dashing you notes. You are not ashamed of yourself. Is it that you are not a fine boy? You are a fine boy. Are you not a fine boy?
Mom, check it out. Check it out too. Eh?
Okay. Put a finger down if you have ever stolen meat from the pot before. From mommy's pot. 5 fingers. That's it.
Martinez, what happened? Calm down. Baby, calm down.
Okay. Put a finger down if you have ever paid for sex before. You have not. Okay, thank you very much. Next category, mimic an actor or do a monologue. Just act for us. Just a minute. Act for us. Do anything for us.
So I'm about to do a monologue now. So hi guys, my name is Avil the Great. Thank you for joining this platform. It's been very creative, very interesting, and very amazing. So this is my monologue. I remember telling you 4 days ago that my friend was coming to the house and I instructed that you make something for them to eat. Did you do it? Answer my question. Did you do it? Now, I pretended as if nothing happened. I took my friends out to go and eat. I came back, and the exact way my bedroom was, you left it there. Do you have an husband in this house? Everything you eat, I provide. Everything you have access to, I provide. Never have you taken care of my kids, yet you claim you're my wife. I'm going to say this once. Let your mother be aware of this thing. Because if not, I'm going to return you back to your mother. I'm telling you now because I do not want your brothers to come and insult me. I will not take it lightly with you. Tell your mother what you're doing. I'm telling you, you're looking somewhere else. It's very good. I'm leaving the house now. And when I return, I want you to pack your things and get out of my house. If you remain here, I'll send you your body to your village. All right. Thank you. That's it. I hope.
Oh my God. That was
Thank you.
a very great actor. I've always known you to be a fantastic actor.
Thank you.
You've done a very wonderful job. Thank you so much, Evil. It was really nice having you on this live section. Thank you for delivering. Thank you for all the knowledge you impacted on us.
Thank you. Official Thema Bay, I see you. I love you. Thank you. David, see you. It's already too late.
We look forward to seeing more of your great works, okay?
Thank you.
What you're doing. We love you.
I
Thank you so much.
Official Thelma, I see you. David Joma, you've been amazing so far. Martinez, set up gang. See all of you. I cite you. IJ, don't worry. You're my friend today. All right, thank you so much. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Avil the Great, out at official_Avil the Great, and I'm going to follow back. Thank you. Peace. I love you all.